Hello and welcome to the 102nd episode of the Gojenn podcast. I'm your hostess, Gojenn. Today is Sunday, April 2nd, 2017. Yay! I normally don't know what day it is, the date or anything, but I know yesterday was April Fool's Day. So I hope nobody got you too bad with any of their April Fool tricks. I will have to say the funniest thing that happened to me, and I was just a bystander, innocent. All week we had a lady at work, and I heard her on the phone, because we're in cubicles, so you hear everything. Not everything, but anyway. And I heard her say, "Oh no, that's terrible. Are you going to be okay?" So, I'm thinking, okay, something horrible has happened here. She said, "Okay, all right, well, let me know." So she hung up the phone, and as soon as she did, I said, "What's wrong? Is somebody sick or hurt or whatever?" She said, "Yes, my sister-in-law." And I said, "Really?" Because I know her. She works in a different area of the building that I work in. And I said, "Is she going to be all right?" And my friend said, "Yes, she broke 2 toes." Broke 2 toes? How did she do that? The vacuum cleaner. Silence in our little area because I think everybody was concerned, what's going on. The vacuum cleaner? Yeah, she got 2 of her toes caught up in the beater bar of the vacuum cleaner and it broke them. Hilarity ensued with us trying to figure out how on earth you could get 2 toes stuck up inside your vacuum cleaner hard enough, long enough for them to get broken by the beater bar that does the carpet. Are her toes this long? And no. And so I asked my friend, I said, "How do you think she did that?" And she said, "I think she was trying to outrun it." And the idea, I don't know, maybe it had to be there. The idea you're having to outrun the vacuum cleaner because it's right on you and it's going to get your toes. And I thought, my dad always made me wear heavy shoes when I mowed grass when I was a kid because you've always heard there's somebody who got their toes chopped off by the lawnmower. And so maybe now you have to wear steel-toed shoes or whatever when you're vacuuming. I always knew cleaning was bad for you. It can't be. So anyway, I don't know. You may have had to been there, but I just thought I would share that because I got one of those laughs out of that was like, the kind that they say are really, really good for you because you flush all the toxins out of your body because I could barely breathe. So, okay, knitting and crochet progress. I tell you, I have so many projects going right now that I lost one. For 2 days, I couldn't find it because it was hanging right here on a hook right next to me in my chair. And I would be outside today, but I couldn't get the light right. The light's very bright because the only light I have on me right now is what's coming in the window. But outside, I was very much in the shadows, so I tried moving to where the light was bright, and then I was going to be like this. So I just decided to come back inside. Here I am. This week I worked on a blanket square for my ongoing blanket project. I think when I get to this size, the next step is to join it because I've been joining as I go with all of these. So I have a blanket. They're all different colors, all different solid colors, using this same pattern. Yes, I know what it is. But it eludes me at this moment. But I'm glad to get back to this project, which is in one of my Fat Squirrel Christmas bags. Well, okay, so it's candles and snowflakes, but that could be any time of year, right? Not necessarily Christmas. To have a quick little project to make this week, I made myself a little washcloth, a little face cloth out of cotton yarn, because I like having a little washcloth like this to wash my face at night. So I made this for me. Yay me! You can't see, but I'm all surrounded by project bags. Okay, here's one. This is another Amy Beth, who is the Fat Squirrel, one of her bags. Her bags are very, very well made and beautiful. This is a real summery bag. Not my colors, because I'm not a yellow or orange kind of person. It makes me look like I've got jaundice. But hey, Amy Beth, she's the best. This is the skein of yarn that I'm using. It's Peyton's Croy 4-ply. This is Greener Pastures. It is such a pretty color. I am loving the way the socks are coming out. I did have what's the podcast that it's just audio when knitting attacks? It was terrible. I looked at my, I took my socks to work one day to work on it, and there was a gigantic hole. And I didn't have a little crochet hook with me. What kind of crafter am I? My demerits. And so anyway, when I got home, I fixed it. And you can see there's a little lumpy bumpy right here because it went over several stitches, and I think I picked up the wrong stitch in the wrong, but anyway, that is no longer a hole, and unlike my early knitting attempts, there are no holes anywhere. I mean, besides, yeah. This piece of yarn that I have, that is to show you where I was last week. So this is what I got done this week. I was very proud of that. I mean, considering that I got worked on a blanket square, made a washcloth, and my sister has yet to tell me how long her foot is. And so I may decide that's as long as it is, put the toes right there, and you're on your own. That would be funny, but I'm not going to do it. Email me with the length of your foot, sister dear. I really think that her foot is about a heel longer than mine. Because when she tried on my other socks that I made, her heel, where her foot was, the heel of the sock was about here. So the heel needed to be here, if that makes any sense. I think I need to move it back maybe 2 inches. Her foot's not that much longer than mine, I don't think, but that's the way her foot is. But I can't tell for sure because who knows how big her foot is. It could be the size of the Titanic. She is my little sister, and of course, you know, we're old now, but she'll always be my little sister. And that's what her birthday cards to me always say. I love you. Happy birthday. Just remember, you'll always be older than me. So this is my 10-stitch Tunisian blanket that I am using up my sock yarn scraps and some mini skeins that I have. I love this project. I can pick up the bag and say, okay, I'll do one mini. And I have, you know, I just have minis that I have balled up and scrap yarn that I have and things like that. And I'll just, as long as it takes me to add one on, that's what I'll do. I did weave in all my ends this week. I did good at that as well. This is what the back of the blanket looks like. Very nubbly. It looks like, it looks a lot more like, not stockinette, the other one in knitting. That one. Yeah, you knew. It just escaped me for a minute. I couldn't think of it. But anyway, I love this project. I love having it. Sometimes I was working on it one night this week, after work, of course. And I thought, okay, I'll just pick it up and do one mini. After that one, I had to do another one because it was just too pretty. This is the project I lost for 2 days. I looked for it. I moved stuff. I looked under stuff, behind stuff. I thought maybe the dogs had taken it off into some other area of the house. I could not find it. And I have a hook right here that I hang projects on. And it was hanging on that hook. Before I forget about it, the sock, I am just doing a plain vanilla sock, and I am planning to do the Spacious OMG Heel by Megan Williams of the Stockinette Zombies. The 10-stitch Tunisian, I don't know that that's really a pattern that can be credited to just any one person. I am using the written pattern by Dedry Uys, U-Y-S. Although there is a video on YouTube by, this is her name, All in a Nutshell. Isn't that cute? And she goes step by step. You can't mess up with that video. Because I even thought that the written instructions left a little to be desired, because when you're going around the corner, and it is a mitered corner, so you go at an angle and then you come back. That was kind of tricky. Excuse me. That was kind of tricky. So the video made it perfectly clear, and that's all in a nutshell. I think that's really cute. So what else do I have? This next project is my corner to corner blanket. And there are probably dozens of them on Ravelry because, again, it's just one of those patterns that people have been making for a very long time. And I am using the Karen Cake for this one. What color is it? Let me check. Fairy Cake. F-A-E-R-I-E. Maybe it must be British fairies, because I think ours are, no, I don't know. So anyway, I love working on this because it's just fun, it's pretty, it's super easy to do, the colors change without you having to do anything. Yay! I'm planning to keep going and increasing until I run out of this skein of yarn, and then decrease with the other skein, because this is like the things that you work halfway, increasing, and then decrease until you're done. So this is, now that I found it, after it tried to escape, darn thing, I think Michael Selleck, he works and does a lot of instructional videos for the Crochet Crowd. He is very interesting to listen to, and I think he has a pattern for that as well. And I've used several of his videos to do things, and I really enjoy his personality and him. Let's see, the sock, the blanket, the 10-stitch Tunisian. Oh, oops, here's my, I'm missing one. There it is. Whew. When I packed up all my gear and took it outside to, to do the video outside, but did I tell you this already? I think I told my husband, but I don't know if I told you. But I was in shadows, and I could never get enough light. So this is another of my Karen cake projects. It's in my bag my daughter made for me. And this is, oh, it's something like cream puff. Boston cream. Excuse me, I didn't mean to shout. I hope that didn't wake you up. Boston cream. This again is not a color I would use. I like that. I like the blue that I'm using on the other one, the fairy cakes. That's a color that I like. But anyway, I have gotten to halfway, if you can tell just a bit. Here we go. That's the beginning, and you increase, 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 increase. And then this row was the midpoint, and so now I've started decreasing. It's going to be a nice scarf, and it calls for either pom-poms or tassels. So I hope I have enough yarn for tassels. I really think that it would be really cute on this pattern. This is the Snowdrops Mod Scarf by Megan Meyer. Can you tell I'm trying to be a better podcaster with the names of stuff? I'm trying. That is all of the WIPs that I have worked on this week. Is that enough? Okay. Considering it's not that sweater. If you have been with me for a while, you will remember this WIP. This was my Tunisian crochet Snapdragon, and the pattern is by Ava Ni, N-I. Her first name is spelled A-I-O-B-H-N-E. I've heard her pronounce it Ava. So I love it. It's beautiful. I'm not positive of the yarn. Is this Malabrigo? I'm not positive. She gives you, it is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry, but she gives you charts and things like that. And I ran out of yarn, which is why I have an end like this. I only have once more around the outside of the shawl. Once more. But this was as far as I made it. And so I have gotten some more of this yarn, and it should be enough. Yay, to finish. I love it. And it needs a good wash and block because it's been in my my bag, my project bag, for so long. I haven't touched it since, I think, since before I started my Christmas crafting, which that is a long time ago. But it has waited patiently for me to get more yarn, and hopefully it won't be too much of a difference. This bag that it's living in is from Tangerine Designs. It is a, you know, this kind of bag. And I think this may be one of the very first bags I got when once I discovered Etsy, or fell into the hole, also known as Etsy. So that. I did work on the Snapdragon this week, this past week, but I plan on trying to finish it this coming week. So, deep breath. Y'all doing okay? Nobody fell off their chair or anything, did you? You didn't have a rogue vacuum go by, did you, that you felt you needed to save your toes? I thought I would just briefly show my April calendar that I have set up in my bullet journal. This is April, and my tracker is back here, and it goes like this. And why, you may ask. Here's March. Here's March. We're going by. More March. Bye, March. More. Oh, last page of March. And this is April. Why not the calendar? Because the person that I had drawing up my bullet journal did it wrong. Who cares? It's my bullet journal. I'm not being graded on it. If I were being graded on it, I probably would have changed it. But I put washi tape on the edges of the new month page. So that is my April. And here's my first week, or first couple days. I did Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I should know what days come after each other, but I'm working on it. And then this was my first bullet journal list of the month. And then look, started April journaling. Can you tell? April is going to be blue. I've had the best time. I've heard people say, oh, I don't know. I'm not good with picking out colors for my bullet journal. Okay, easy peasy. Easy peasy. This was January, and it was a blue snow theme. And then if I have my book closed, can you see the pink washi on the edges? You could if you were me, right here. This is pink. Pink for February and Valentine's and all the hearts and stuff. So I tried to use pink and red. That's what I used for the journaling. And then when I got to March, March is green. So I put green on the edge of that page. And I think that's how I've been able to not have to have a key in the front of my bullet journal, or an index. That's what I meant to say. Because I can look right here anytime I pick up my bullet journal and I see January, February, March, April. Those are the only pages that have washi tape on the edges. It's the new month. And so if I'm looking for something in March, it's going to be in the pages after the green washi tape. So I just have really enjoyed doing that. I have the monthly calendar. I know a lot of people who use the bullet journal go down the side, like Ryder Carroll does in his official bullet journal, the way he does it. But that doesn't really work for me. My brain just doesn't like that. So I don't worry about it. It's easy. These pages, I have my tracker here, and since this is the personal size traveler's notebook, I don't have 31 or 30 lines, so I have to swoosh them all together. And what this spread is, I've been doing it, I think this is my second or third month. This is April daily. At a glance, hit the highlights. Just yesterday was crochet, planning, and content. That is something I have added to my tracker, if you can see it, or if it may be backwards for you. Is it backwards for you? It's backwards for me as I read it. The first one is mood, and then the next one is am I content? Because I think happy is overrated. That may sound odd, but I'm not, happy. Like, woohoo, happy. But I'm content. I'm content a lot more than I'm happy. And I'm calm and quiet and content. So that is my bullet journal for April. I may be doing a look back sometime. Because I look at some of the videos on YouTube, and it doesn't annoy me. But I'm not interested in seeing somebody's, this is my first bullet journal month, what do you think? I am so glad for them. I am been there, done that. But that's not what I want to see. I watch like Bujo Berry because she does a really interesting things, innovative. But anyway, at any rate, another deep sigh. Nobody fell off their chair or was attacked by a household appliance. I hope. If you were, let me know. Send me pictures of your toes in a cast. No, don't put your toes in a cast, just in case you were wondering. I think I mentioned last month or last week to be looking for my blog, which is going to be called Jenn's Mix, JENNSMIX. Just like an old mixtape from the cassette tape days. Anybody remember those? So, if you follow me on Instagram, which I hope you do, I will be posting as I get ready for that. I didn't want it to be launched on April 1st because I didn't want to be the April Fools. So, at any rate, I expect it to be one day this week. I'm trying to get some posts up so there'll already be something there to read. And I am going to learn how to embed the podcasts, videos in the blog. So stay tuned. And keep an eye out on Instagram. And be sure and follow me. I'll follow you back. Unless, if you have naked pictures of yourself on there, I don't want to see them, okay? You don't want to see mine. I don't want to see yours. At any rate, take care of your toes this week, folks. And until I see you next week or earlier with the blog, I wish you nothing but love and laughter. See ya.